DJ gig. What the hell are you talking about?
And I have an anxiety.
Like I got my windows broken 3 times this
No
year.
way.
And then when you get it, you're like, yes. Wow, you made this?
So hard to answer that.
I want to be great. Like you being from Russia, you should know, right?
Hello everyone. It's already 3rd episode. It's time passed so fast, and I'm happy to have one more beautiful girl DJ, artist, and producer, as I can say
you.
today, Alex Elena. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I could say the same about you. It is rare to come across female artists that are producing music and, you know, in the industry that are
And playing
awesome and beautiful too.
Yeah. No, it's so interesting that actually we met at the first time today.
Yeah.
So we never talked to each other
Really,
before.
no. But I've known of you, and I think same. So it's good to see you for the first time and get to sit with you on your new show. I'm excited. Excuse me with the cough. But yeah, it's the season right now where I might be coughing, so I apologize. I'll just cough away from your
Yeah, you can do, but I cut it out. But I have before we had some, I don't know, whiskey, we drank sake and stuff like that. But today I have water with lemon, ginger and honey because I'm coughing too. I'm almost was one step away to cancel podcast today. And but when you said that you're on the way, I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. No way that I'm gonna cancel it.
I would have totally understood.
Everyone is sick right now.
Yeah, it's the season right before the holidays, and everybody kind of just gets.
Tell me, what is your plan for holidays? Are you playing somewhere in New Year, Christmas?
I actually am playing on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so sorry, I get my days mixed up when you're life and entrepreneur. You just kind of days go by. Friday, I'm playing at the Underground for direct Kevin Saunderson, so that's gonna be fun. If you know, you know. And when is Christmas? Monday?
I guess so.
Sunday. I celebrate Sunday because I'm Latina, so I'm Mexicana. We like Mexicans or whatever Latinos in general celebrate Christmas Eve. Oh, I don't know why.
No, that's what. No, that's what we were talking to my friend before. Yeah. That for me, logically, it's from 24 to 25th to celebrate.
24, 25. Yeah.
They celebrate. In Russia, we have January 7th.
Is that
it's a different Christmas?
But I know.
I'm not celebrate Christmas
because you're Catholic, or what is
Christian?
It's Christians. Okay, primarily Christians in Russia, or is it a mixture of Catholic Christian?
No. Primarily, yes, it's Christian, but we have 140 nationalities in our country.
Right.
So it's my family is Muslim, so we're not celebrating the Christmas at all. But here I'm in America, and I'm trying to be to follow the tradition, American tradition. So I'm celebrating Christmas.
It's just normal, yeah.
Yeah, but for us it's more main holiday day. It's a New Year. Year.
Okay, right.
For all Russian people, I mean, it's more a magical moment, when you step from past year to the new year. You know, something
it's
new chapter.
Right. I feel like we all celebrate that. It's universal. There's no political, religious thing behind a celebration of new goals, new year. So yeah, celebrating Christmas with my family. I live here. I'm from LA, so I'm always here every year. I don't go anywhere.
What is it to be born and raised in LA? I mean, especially in the music scene as well.
I feel like it's a blessing, but also it is tough because you're already here, so you're expected to be someone or be something and to have it all figured out.
So it's a big expectation.
So it's kind of oh, you're from LA, so you should know or you should be someone or have it figured out, or you should have rich parents or something of that, right? I didn't have that. Pretty self-made, so I didn't even know I wanted to be an artist. It just naturally happened.
When you realized this naturally happening, that you becoming an artist?
After college, I think that's when I realized I didn't want to work for someone. I was 9 to 5. No, I don't. started. Oh, I've always been creative since I was young. Like I used to always draw on towels since I was like 4 years old. I used to rip clothes apart and sew them up ever since I was a young teen growing up. I went to a creative high school. I wouldn't say it was a performing arts high school because it was a very public school, but we were very well driven with music, band, sports, arts, and dance, which I was in dance. So I did dance for 4 years in an academy, after school, during school, and till I graduated. Then I carried on to dance in college.
And I still see, I can watch your dance on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Guys, if you can check Alex Elena Instagram, like playing, DJing, and she's
And
dancing
then
like
occasional,
in the middle of the road. So it's like your second passion.
It's my first passion, but I don't do it as much because it is expensive to take classes. After a while, it adds up, as everything else, you know, like everything's expensive.
Especially in LA.
Especially in LA. So yeah, I don't dance as much as I'd like to. Hopefully, new goal in 2024, I would like to take time to teach. I know I've gotten a lot of compliments with, oh, like, you know, girlfriends, or like, I want to learn how to dance and move like you, or how do you do this or that? And I'm just like, shit, I'm getting older. And the older I'm getting, the least flexible I am. Like, there's times I'll be like, oh, this hurts. So I don't want to lose that side of me. So hopefully, yeah, in 2024, I can pick up some classes and then teach, get back into dancing again.
When I see how you're performing and playing at your DJ sets, your movement is very like naturally. So I think maybe like this your like dance background and this your passion is help you to be more confident behind the decks.
For sure.
I just watched your reels today, and you're like, I'm like, oh my God, you're so like, you're doing it so natural. I'm like, I have to.
Thank
like,
you. Well, I feel like you being from Russia, you should know, right?
What,
a little bit about, because
tell me.
Or is it me? Because I grew up in the dance culture, and ballet is really big in Russia.
Yes.
It's like one of the most strict dance forms, and it's the hardest. It's like literally one of the hardest.
She's a ballet, loves ballet.
Ballet, yeah. It's so hard. I love it, but I hate it at the same time.
No,
it's like,
it's a completely different.
Man, but it's so good for you. It's probably like, if, in my opinion, if ballet could be a sport, that is the hardest sport.
I think it's a sport
of all time.
Kind of.
Like, but I'm saying like in a competing, but like, you know, like NFL or all these like soccer and like that kind of sport. To me, I feel like ballet is the hardest sport of all time.
Yeah, because
gymnastics.
When I watch any like interview with ballet dancers, they're saying so many bad things, how they like about the competition between like dancers, because they're putting I don't know, some needles
in their feet, like sabotage or something. I could see that. I don't know. I feel like that's everywhere. I don't know. People are just people.
But in the DJing career, no one's doing bad to everyone.
I don't know. I hope not. But I know that people can't. I mean, we're in a world where there's good and bad, right? So I don't put it past, if you're just a person that does mean things or hurtful things to get ahead. It's everywhere, right? Especially here in LA. Being from LA, it's embarrassing to say I'm from LA, and then people are like, "Oh, LA,
not interesting."
Oh, you know, like there's such a bad name or connotation on LA people or whatever. The city has a bad rep.
Why do you think people think like that?
I think because everyone wants to come here all over the world. It's a place where you can make your dreams happen. And I think a lot of people come here with the wrong intention. They come here and try to, you know, live fast and try to make something happen in the wrong ways, versus just being genuine yourself. And being yourself, and just do what makes you happy and go with that. Don't try to use or take advantage of others because of what they have. And this is just an area where it's very expensive to live here. You know, a lot of with it being expensive, there's a lot of, you know, wealthy people, there's a lot of famous people, it's Hollywood.
It's a lot of poor people
that also just think that they can try to get ahead faster, which doesn't ever end well. But and it's a toxic place, I would say, for sure. You can get lost, you know.
I agree
And
with
if you
you.
hang out with the wrong people, I'm saying like you can get caught up in a fast pace.
Yeah, I agree with you. As long as I live here, it's almost 5 years,
Yeah.
and the LA is always turning like around to me in a different side. You
Right.
know, just like, hey, here's a Hollywood. Hey, here's a films. Here, here's a like a homeless downtown area.
Oh,
Here's
this,
and
yeah.
like a big competition between everyone is like something going on, but at the same time is a beautiful nature and
Yeah.
this kind of people and this kind of it's always different. LA is not just like
One
good and
thing.
bad.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think it's beautiful. I love my city. Again, like
it's
I
your
said, it's my
homeland.
home. But when I travel or if I go places, I do hear if they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" Like, "Oh, I'm from LA." They're like, "Oh." I'm just like, "What's wrong with LA?" But you know what? It has changed over the years. It does feel a little empty now. It does feel like it's getting worse, especially with the homelessness that you were saying, and just crime is going up
That's what the
um,
scariest thing for
because
me
it's
right
getting
now.
more expensive to live here, and the people who can't afford it start doing things that they shouldn't do, and so like I got my windows broken 3 times this
No
year.
way, at your home?
Three. Wait, hold on. Twice, but the second time it
Home
was
or
three.
car?
My car window broken. My
Yeah,
window,
yeah,
my
yeah.
car window.
I was
Sorry.
thinking maybe your home three
No, I don't
times.
have a home yet. I have an apartment, but I'm saving. We're
Welcome
getting
to
there.
LA. No, but it's crazy. I just had a story. We're planning to play at the like behind the Hollywood sign. I brought all.
Ooh,
My
like
God,
a
I
live
brought all.
stream.
I brought all the equipment,
Hmm.
and there have been some like hill. I just went up to have a rest for like 30 minutes and left everything done. But
No.
I swear it was like the top of the
Like
like
who is
of the
there, right?
hiking, and there's just
Someone's hiding
people.
behind
No,
a
it just
fucking
there's
bush.
just people who came like see the Hollywood sign and hiking with the kids in their like sports outfit. Pretty normal. There's no like homeless people or cars, and there were no my cart how I brought it. My cart was taken
Like
by
a
my friend.
wagon.
Yeah, so everyone's on the ground. I'm like, no way that someone
Wow.
took it.
That's
And
crazy.
I'm going down in 30 minutes. I just took a rest and see there is no hoodie. I'm like, someone took a
Damn.
hoodie. I'm like, okay, maybe someone is called and took a hoodie. And
That's
after that, I see
crazy.
there is no my controller. I'm just like, what?
Damn. Oh, so you brought your DJ controller
Everything.
up there?
Controller.
How did you not see someone carrying like a big
Because
controller
I
on the
was
way down?
uphill
And
and maybe
a
someone
different world.
took
They
it.
just
Yeah,
rolled
yeah, yeah.
down the other side.
And I'm like, there is no card. You just took like the heavy controller, someone's
Shit.
controller,
That's
someone's
crazy.
hoodie, and run away.
That's the
You came to
commitment.
hike. It's not like you came just passed
Yeah.
by. And
But the commitment of someone going, "Oh, look at all this stuff." Like, how do you care? I just couldn't think, I'm going to carry all this
yeah,
and
I was trying
fucking
to
roll
figure out
down
like
the window.
physically how you did it and mentally why you did it. You're not like homeless person doing some stupid shit.
Yeah.
You came to hike with your friends. I'm just trying to analyze.
Understand why that would happen. That's so, yeah, that's messed up.
This is like a LA
Yes,
thing because
welcome.
here is a lot of people from different countries with different mentality and stuff like that. And
Yeah, that is, I mean, like, yeah. So you can't leave anything in your car, anything valuable anywhere with you anymore. Same thing happened to me this summer. Never had a broken window or anything stolen before. I went to Calabasas stairs. There's these stairs that you can like hike
yeah,
up. It's literally the same thing. You take a
Calabasas is a
hike.
pretty
It's a
cool
nice,
area.
yeah, Calabasas is Calabasas. It's like, oh, it's like a nice area.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think people would go there to steal, but I guess
They
it
did?
makes, yeah. So I parked my car, no cars around, none. And I go, you know what? I don't want to take my phone with me or my purse because I'm
in
trying
case.
to be better at not being constantly attached to my phone. And I think that's something I was just like, you know what? I don't need my phone. I'm gonna be in nature. I'm hiking. I'm working
I'm in
out.
Calabasas.
I was like, I don't need it. I don't need to be attached to my phone and shit. So I like left my purse, my Balenciaga purse, rest in peace, and my phone and my wallet and everything. And the only thing I brought was my car key because I was like, I gotta lock my car. So I took that with me. And something, as I was finishing my hike, I was coming back, and something told me I had a feeling, I had a gut feeling, something told me run to your car, and I was like, oh, and I start running in my car, and then I go and I look and I see the window, like kind of like, you know, when you come up to the window and you can't tell if it's open or
close.
closed.
Yeah.
So I go and I looked at it and I was like, dude, that's crazy that I like had that feeling. And they broke into my car, took my purse, took my phone, actually threw my phone. Later I found it somehow, like it was smashed, shattered like somewhere else by a plaza. And luckily I was able to recover my phone. But yeah, they took my wallet,
Yeah.
used my cards, charged all this stuff. But yeah, and then it happened again. Like,
So
the other day.
what the feeling do you have like when LA is your home and you have
I wanna get outta here.
so many people who come here, as you said, like to
Yeah.
reach their goals, like I don't know,
It's sad.
do like whatever they want, and they kind of make a mess in your home. Like what do you feel, or what you want to say to the people who want to move to LA, for example?
Well, first I would ask, where are you coming from? And if it is somewhere like random, like Nebraska, I'd be like, yeah, LA is cool. You should come. If it's like Europe, like just stay in Europe. Don't come to America. But maybe it's just because right now it is a tough time economically, politically. There is a lot of crime. It is hard to make it by, even if you just come from nowhere. If you don't have a solid savings, or it's difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like, but it's possible. Anything is possible. It's just with the times right now, it's very hard. I think we need to change a lot of laws, and we need to make our city better, and our state and our country better. It's just little steps, like, right? Yeah.
No, LA is different.
I do want to
and-
leave though. I do
No,
want to leave at some point.
LA is beautiful and LA is different. Which is good side of LA. It's a lot of music scenes. It's a
Right,
lot of
entertainment,
festivals,
right.
and that's why we are here. That's
Right.
why a lot of musicians came here, producers, actors as well. But you playing, it's a lot of good shows. The last time I just
Yes.
like scrolling the Instagram. Oh my God, Alex playing with the Clapton, Alex playing with the Sam Paganini, like so many cool artists
Thank
and
you.
shows. Tell me, how was your last show with Sam Paganini?
Oh
the
yeah,
Minimal
that was
Effort.
in November. Actually, who is it?
It's our chicken fillet just came.
Oh, thank you so
let's,
much.
Let's wait.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the order.
Let's wait when we pass the chicken. And
You have
our
to give me some of that
advertisement.
chicken though. There's a tax. Everything is taxed. Nothing is free.
I want to show you something. This is my favorite pair of headphones, made by Edifier. What's cool about it? They have new hybrid technology with the best noise cancellation I've ever used. They are also light, stylish, and comfortable. I forget that I'm wearing them. When I ask me about the battery, I can charge them one time and listening to music for the whole week. Isn't it crazy?
So tell me, how was your last gig at Minimal Effort? Because I'm a good friend of the guy who doing Minimal Effort.
Yeah, I actually, that was my first time playing for Minimal Effort. It was a collaboration, Minimal Effort and Incognito.
Oh,
So that was super cool. I had fun. It was also an honor to be on a bill with some classic, old school,
Yeah.
pioneers in my eyes, right? Like some people that are not getting as much recognition today,
yeah.
because it's all about a popularity thing now. So, but Victor Calderon and Sam Paganini are really awesome artists in like the old school techno and like tech house, right? Like
Yeah.
2013 era. And for me, right, even older, but like that's around the time that I was
Yeah.
dabbling into those artists. It was fun. I opened up for Victor Calderon, and I played a little bit more of like that 2013 tech house
Yeah.
vibe. Not the current tech house of what you would hear today. It's a little bit more European, a little more underground.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a good time. I didn't stay the whole time because I did get tired. I get tired lately now. I can't hang and stay and party. So
How it's affected?
I didn't stay too long.
How it's affected you when you not like partying 24/7, going to the parties for 10 hours, 3 times in a week? You see, like it's affected like in the good or in the bad way as your like music career.
Right. It could be both. I think it could be both. I'm not even touring yet. You know, like there's people who are every freaking day, weekend, can't even imagine getting on a plane, show. You know, I can see why a lot of DJs don't get messed up or party. Because how can you? You'll freaking miss every flight.
Yeah, and take care of your body. And
here
your, like,
it's
health.
nice. It's LA. Like I can have my fun if I want to, if I choose to sleep at home. But even then, it's like it doesn't feel good to wake up the next day and be like, oh, I can't. Like, you know, I want to work out. I want to be productive. I need to do, you know, I want to sit in the studio and make music.
Yeah.
How can I do that if my brain's not working? If I'm just like hungover and like, oh, fuck, you know?
How is your studio working is going on? I know that you released your first track.
Yeah, my first EP. Yeah.
EP. How many tracks
November.
there?
Two.
2 tracks.
2-track EP. Yeah, my
What
first
is your
EP.
feeling? Tell me, how is it? First baby?
It's weird. It was exciting, but it was also like I got so much more. Like, you know what I mean? When you're just like, oh, it's cute, but like
Is
this
it
was
perfect?
It's like I made this like a year ago. It's like, you know, it takes a while for your music to come out. And by the time it comes out, you're like, I'm over that.
Because it's not just like to make music, also you have to finish it. After that, you have to find the right label, reach out to the label. It can take,
and then you
like
can get
a
no's.
year. And after that, they're just like saying yes to you. And after that, hey, we will do like your release in the next year.
And
or
you're
whatever.
like,
And you have to wait. Yes.
Yeah, so it does take a while. When it came out, I was like, cool, but I'm over it. I'm ready to keep releasing.
No, congratulations.
Yeah,
It's very good. And I checked the label.
You had one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was also November, right? Same day. I think it was the same day.
Maybe
sure.
close to.
You
Not
know?
the same,
November
but close.
10 was mine.
I forgot.
Pretty sure it was close.
Close,
to the
but
same
it's
day.
November too.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I think so. It sounds great.
So when is your next release? Do you have in the future?
I do in January, next month. Was it next month?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, next month.
So it's more
Exciting.
tech house. When you're producing, where is your heart like following? Which genres?
It's
which
so
vibes?
hard to answer that.
I can't answer that. I've been anywhere. I just like I was telling you earlier, when I got here, I made this drum and bass edit, liquid drum and bass, not like the hard stuff, but it's very vibey. And I go, damn, I actually like
It's a Billie Eilish vocal.
Yeah,
so
it's like a cool little fun edit. I can't answer that. I love tech. I love to play tech house, like European vibe tech house. Depending on the event, also like minimal deep tech, obviously like a little more groovy housey stuff, and of course techno if it's after hours, but not like hard techno, like more groove, more more of a groove in the techno. So I've made techno tracks, I've made melodic kind of techno tracks, I've made tech house tracks, minimal house even, and then now drum and bass.
But your main genre that you are playing is more tech house, right?
Yeah, tech house for sure.
I know that you're one of your favorite artists of the tech house is Iglesias.
Yes,
I
good
love
friend too.
him. Do you know him?
Yes. Yeah.
We don't know him personally, but we just chatting on Instagram all the time.
He's so nice and so helpful.
Yes.
Ask anything and he will literally help you.
So this is the very cool like thing when you reach out some artist. Yeah, he's not a superstar, but he has a worldwide tour still. And he's always super nice and his management is nice, and it's so cool that you still don't have a crown on your head even if you have a worldwide tour.
Be humble.
Yes, he's like, Very cool.
Very
And
sweet guy, for
and I
sure.
love what he's doing, what he's producing, what he's playing, and his attitude is so cool. Also, you love Hot 82. It's a little bit different.
Yes.
Tech house.
For sure. Yeah, he's definitely more of like a, I don't know, how would you describe it? It's more of like
I don't know how to
a
describe.
melodic tech house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like
For
a
me,
very
it's a little bit
synthy.
like pop and EDM tech house.
Yeah,
what
like
he's
it is pop,
doing.
right? The way he writes
It's pop,
his
yeah.
music.
What do you think about the tech house today? Like, if we will like be back at like 90s,
Mm-hmm.
like it's when the people play tech house at the vinyls, for example, it's completely different
So
sound.
different.
What a tech house is right now, even
It's
if we
so complex.
take the John Summit, for example, it's like
Yeah. Well,
two
I
different
will say,
worlds.
like, you know, I'll give credit to John Summit. He's a great artist,
for sure,
but he
100%.
has started a new, like, I think maybe he was one of the reasons how it started because of trends, social media, popularity. Obviously, with his music, it popped off because it was good and everyone liked it.
He's a king.
And
He loves what he's doing.
yes, oh yeah, for sure. But also, like, I think with his stardom, it started to kind of change what tech house is, really. And so now we see it, or at least me, I'll call it like American tech house.
Yeah.
Like,
For
it's
American
not really
people.
underground European tech
Not
house,
at
but it's
all.
like your new mainstream tech. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
like it's like bass house meets tech house, and
There's a lot of
It's-
like a melodic
it's
and
a lot of
vocals.
build ups, a lot of like main
Yeah. Very bright in build ups. Yeah, as you
snares,
said.
a lot of build up snares and crazy. I don't know. It's cool though. I will say, like, there's a lane for everyone, and he's doing his thing, and
Yeah.
that's dope. Like, he's
I've
young
been-
too.
I've been when I've been in Miami last time at the Art Basel. We've been at the space and we're staying behind him, and he's young.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
He has like a lot of people around him, and everyone loves him, and
Yeah.
he loves that they loves him. They
Yeah,
love
he,
him.
like,
And
is
he
enjoying
loves
it.
what he's doing. He loves
Yeah.
his music and he's enjoying the
Right.
process. He's just like having fun, singing, like jumping, everything. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, like, do I
Right.
like his music or not? I just like
His
love
stage presence,
to see.
yeah,
I just
right.
love to see like
Mhm.
what he's doing and like his like pride,
Right.
and people are enjoying.
I
it.
like his
was
stage
enjoying too.
presence and how he, like, interacts with his fans.
Yes,
I think there's something to always take note in that too. But yeah, I agree. And you know, he reminds me of like a college frat boy that like loves to party and loves is what he's doing. I guess music, you know, and he's very talented. So
he's very.
you know, I
talented.
think, and everyone who's in this journey and this community is very talented. Like, you're
sure.
very talented. I'd consider myself also talented, but even just in LA, we have so many talented artists, DJs, musicians. You know, I mean, this is the biggest mecca of entertainment, right? And
Yeah.
talent. So it's cool. I'm excited for the future and for you, or even just like the small up and coming artists, to get more recognition, because I think it's hard to not fall into what's popular or do
Sometimes
what's
it's hard, I want to say,
Yeah.
because even we are not a superstar yet. Yes, so sometimes we get invitation to some like party or be booked to some party, and sometimes we becoming flexible. What the crowd is it? You know, what
Right.
like a time we are playing before, like which artist we are playing,
Mhm.
and sometimes you have to be like, okay, here I can play like this kind of music. You're just
Right.
like trying to be flexible,
Be
with
adventurous.
genres.
Yeah, it's actually, I was just talking about this the other day. I think the whole point about being a DJ is really playing what you want and not playing what the crowd wants.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes hard to, especially with now, like how the culture has shifted. A lot of DJs are catered to playing what the crowd wants or what these festival throwers want you to play for these people, versus just play what you want. Like, don't worry. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend, she's new and starting to get into DJing. She's like asking me these. I said, play what you want. Don't worry about the crowd. Don't worry about the vibe. Just feel it out. prepare like 1 or 2 sets, like you know, just put like different crates together, playlists together, and when you go and play, just kind of fill it out and see what you want to play. But always play from the heart. Play what you want.
I agree 100%. But have you ever had the situation when you play exactly what you want to play,
Yeah.
but you feel the crowd
It's
like
not
doesn't
vibing.
feel you? Yes.
Oh, yeah, you change it. I mean, that's kind of like where you go in and you fill out the vibe because you never know, right? You never know. Or even, for example, if I know I'm on opening duties for a nightclub for a big headliner or whatever, obviously I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna play 130 BPM.
Of course.
This is like this crazy. Like at 10 p.m. It's a little too hard. So I'll curate a playlist based off of knowing, okay, I'm playing at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and I want to still play what I like.
Yeah.
So I'll find groovy, simple, minimal things that are still good for me.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, then I just go to a different playlist and see what works.
Yeah.
But I never really know what I'm playing like when I
So
get
you
there.
never, so for example, if you have like a big gig, like some big event, you don't have like a ready playlist.
Oh yeah, I prepare for my sets. I
But
just
still-
don't know what I'm playing. No, I don't know the order. I don't go, okay, I'm gonna play this song first, that song second, this third. I don't know. I get like maybe 30 songs, and I'm like, okay, I like
And
these.
just like switching
These
between
work.
them.
Yes, and then I'll do another playlist as a backup, and then I'll do that, and then I'll go and then I just go in. I'm like, I'll just see how it goes. Yeah, I don't do. What do you prepare like?
So
How do
I
you prepare?
for example, if I have like an hour, like 2 hours set, I know that I need for example, for 2 hours set I need, I don't know, like 30-40 tracks, for
Right.
example.
Right.
And I know that I have like extra like 10-15 tracks. So when I put on the record box, I have like the stars, it's like a rating,
Oh,
but I
yes,
use this
like
rating,
favorites,
like,
yeah.
but I use it like the 1 star is like for the start, like 3 stars
Oh,
is
okay.
for the mid. So I just like it just
That's
for myself.
I like that. That's
and
a good
when
way.
it's like it's some like tracks for the end, I put like 5 stars, means that it's like for the end of my set.
That's a good way to look
and
at
I'm
it.
just like swimming like or driving whatever
Right.
between them and trying to see, but I don't like to like improvise, like fully improvise if it's like some important or big event.
Right,
I can
right.
do it if I'm playing at the bar for hours and I'm just like, oh, do whatever I want.
Right.
But if it's like I have like 1 hour and a half streak, I don't wanna like risk and play. Oh, I just wanna do whatever.
Just
I
play
want.
whatever.
Yeah, because I feel like
Right.
responsibility.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, that makes sense. I think so. I don't know when you started DJing. I started in 2013. And so that's 10 years.
10 years.
So I think I've just gotten comfortable with that style of mixing. Because if I prepare, I overthink.
Yeah.
I don't like to overthink because then that's when I'll fuck up.
Sometimes
You know what I mean?
Sometimes I have an anxiety if I haven't prepared at all.
Right.
Or maybe I just download a track, put everything in one like folder, and I'm at the event. I have an anxiety, like, oh my god, if I'm
That makes
not
sense.
on the right vibe. If I'm on the vibe, it's everything is cool. But if I see that people are not dancing or something going like in a different way that I don't like, I'm just like, oh my god.
You get
and
in your
just
head,
like, and
yeah.
I still completely like lost the vibe.
You lose the vibe.
Yeah, so I have to be like, I want to be like 75% prepared and leave for myself for improvisation, like
Yes.
25, like
Right.
to feel myself free. But still, if something going wrong, I don't know, something happened
Right.
with the deck or whatever, something happened, I know that I
There's
know my
something there.
I know my plan, you know.
Right. Do you ever use keys? I don't mix with keys. Do you?
I usually not. I just
No, right?
no.
I have a friend who swears by it.
I know, I
like,
know.
It makes your transition so like nice and fluid, and just I'm like shit. Like I should try it.
I have my DJ friend when we play B2B with her. She's like, I want to be sure that all your keys, like you have it
I'll
because
learn,
I
yeah.
need it. Yeah, but kind of is good when you.
Yeah, I should try it, but I haven't tried it.
Sometimes I love to like not sometimes. I usually love to mixing with the loops, and when you're mixing with the
yes.
loops, even if you have a different keys, it's still you can make it work.
right.
So
Fun fact, my first DJ name was Alex Loops. because of that reason. That was my style. I used to loop, and then my girlfriend, roommate at the time was like, "Okay, Miss Loops," and then I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool, Loops." And then I just called myself like letter L, letter X, Loops. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then later I was like, "It's kind of corny."
When you change to
I
Alex
changed
Elena,
it 3 times.
what was the second?
The second one was Elena the DJ, also corny. It's like corny, and now we're just my name.
No, I love it.
Yeah, Alex Elena.
You said
Yeah.
you DJing 10 years already. I've been DJing almost 4, and even for the 4 years, my style, like the music that I'm playing, changed so many times. Like, I don't know.
That's
5,
good.
7,
You're
whatever.
evolving.
How
You're
many
evolving.
times your music, like, genres
Every
change?
day.
Yes.
Every day. I like experimenting.
Uh-huh.
Even with like shows that are not big, like little gigs, whatever. That's when I start being adventurous and I start playing different genres. I'm like, well, let's see how this sounds. And then I'll play it. I'm like, not me. Or even in my own bedroom, my place, because I have like, I have a whole setup of like 2000s and CDJs, whatever. I'll just test stuff there and I'll be like, this is cool. This is fun. But does this resonate with me and my sound? You have to try. I think you have to test and
agree.
try things.
But sometimes I'm thinking, like, don't you think that like the artist, he has to have like the main line of his genre, not to surprise the audience that like you came and playing like drum and bass at one day and they're like, oh my god, I've heard like she's playing tech
for
house
sure
yesterday.
Right. I 100% agree with that. But I also think break the barriers, break the boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe one day you drop
Put
that
one drum and bass
and
track,
then
you know,
someone's like, oh my gosh, you never know who's out there too. Also, I think it's good to just don't play it safe as an artist.
Yeah.
Especially too, this isn't what I was having a conversation with someone about this as well. I forget who. We were talking about when you transition from one artist to the next, right? A lot of bigger DJs will request their opener to be on a certain BPM, or they'll say, oh, leave me at 125, or can you end like this?
You don't like when the artist asking you to do that?
Not really. No.
So you can play.
Not that, okay, I'll do it if it's asked, but it's in the back of my head. I'm just like, gay. No, I'm just kidding. Not that word gay, but like it's corny to me because I'm a purist at heart. I think the whole part of the journey of being an artist is getting thrown a curveball and being like, oh, like, what do I do with this? All right, like, let me see how I'm going to figure it out. And, you know, like, and then you're at the top of your head, you're like, oh, I have to have a song that goes with this. What is a song? I got something. And then you go and you create dig and you find something and then you complement it. And I think there's some beauty in it, you know, as an artist, to be given some sort of challenges and not given it so easy all the time. It's, you know, like there was one time where I had to transition out of a vinyl into digital, and I go, okay. They're like, oh, do you want me to cut the song? And no, I'll mix into it. But and they'll be like,
because you love challenges, you know. For someone it will be like a
like I said, like
difficult situation.
I'm just a purist, so for me, I'm just like, I want to be great. So how do you be great? You have to have those moments where it's like, oh my God, what do we do? And I was scared, but I was like, you know, I'm going to do it. And of course I did it. There's also there's tricks that maybe not everyone knows. Like if you're running vinyl and then also digital, you have your mixer. There is a beat pad. So if you don't know like the BPM that it's on in the vinyl, you can just auto tap and you can get in that, and then you just like mix it in. It's kind of the same, but
you playing vinyl?
I have vinyls. Yeah, I learned on vinyls, but I wouldn't say I'm a pro. I would say that it would take me a little bit to get on beat. I can't do it right away. It would take me a second, but I can get there.
No, for me it's not I was trying to get like a few lessons, and it's gonna take like the whole song for me to
get it
to match them.
Yeah, especially when it also depends on your track, like your
course.
vinyl. Some, because if it's 2 tracks
Yeah.
or just one, it
Yeah.
depends. But you have to also know where your track starts and where that one ends and where the second one is. It's a new art. It's a
Of
new form
course.
of skill that you have to practice. Even me, like, I want to get back into it. Hopefully next year I can do like a hybrid or a all vinyl set.
So it's a different world. So I was working with Sunday sessions, and it's
Oh, I
just
saw that.
just
How is that?
vinyl.
I want to go.
so every
wanna
Sunday you
go.
have to come. Like
I wanna go.
Like
Take me.
people are playing just vinyls. Like artists
Yeah,
playing just vinyls.
so sick.
It's
So
crazy.
So
and
cool.
It's a completely different world, and people like living different life there. So
And it's such a newfound
yeah,
respect too, because it's
But-
like anyone can. No offense, sorry guys, but anyone can learn how to
digital,
DJ digital, which it's still not like, you're not gonna just pick it up tomorrow. It takes
sure.
time, practice, like everything
but
else.
still
But vinyl is a whole different
for sure.
ball game. It's like, even for me, I'm like, like I'll still struggle and stumble, and then when you get it, you're like, yes. Yes.
And even you have to go to the record store to
get
spend
your-
like hours
it's so
to listen.
expensive
It's not
too.
like you laying on your couch, just like put your headphones, pay I don't know, $20 subscription.
It
whatever,
is
just,
so
like,
expensive.
download
I just spent like $150 for
it.
five vinyls. I was like, fuck, dude, are you serious? And yeah, so people who've been doing this for years, since the 80s, are sitting on gold.
No,
They're
for
like,
sure.
have crates and crates and crates. I'm just like, how do you even get through all that? How do you even know where everything is? Like,
That's
how
the
did you
thing.
memorize?
But they put like more attention to each track, because when we downloading, we can download it and delete.
Right.
When they choose or buy the track, it's just like
Oh,
they really choose it.
Right.
They want to play
and
that.
they know it by memory. So
For
it's,
sure.
it's respectful. Like,
Yeah.
hats off to the
I wanna
vinyl players.
I want a little bit back to our conversation about when you're playing with other DJs. For example, if you play before the DJ that is a little bit bigger than you, have you ever checked like his style, what he's playing, like to be more
to cater towards like that vibe.
Yes, or
Of course, I think you kind of always have to do that. It's like your
it's kind of
job.
a respect.
I
to
think
the
it's
other
part of your
artist.
job to be like, like I can't play. Obviously, it's disrespectful to play any artist's songs that you're playing for. It's like a unwritten rule book. You know, as a DJ, can't play their music, obviously, and also don't play harder than
sure.
the headliner. It's obvious, right? Or at least you would think it's obvious. Some people don't do it. I do my research, or I know already, and then I kind of go based off that and be like, okay, cool, like I'll just play like my little at home vibey stuff and not go too hard. Depends also on the like lineup, how many people, because like for the Palladium, right, for Claptone, I did that one. I was actually opening up for Felix the House Cat, not for actual Claptone. But then it was him, and then there was
still
different.
even at the lineup is a Claptone, like he's a legend.
Right. Yeah, no, it was cool. For that one, right, I was like, okay, so we got a long night. There's how many DJs? 4 or 5 of us. So I'm not gonna go straight in and play like 128 tech house. I was more of on the deep house, deep tech.
Tell me, how was like that night? How you got this gig? Like, who booked you to be?
It was actually last minute. I remember I found out on my way to Thanksgiving with my family, and it was an Insomniac event at the Palladium. I got booked through one of it was Adam Auburn. He's one of many bookers for Insomniac, and it was it was just last minute. I don't know. I'm thankful that they thought of me. I guess I don't know how they decide or choose that either.
No, I think
it was just last minute, and they're like, "Hey, you available?" Usually how it goes, right? They don't tell you what yet.
Yeah.
It's just like, "Hey, are you available?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." What's going on? Oh, there's a show tomorrow. Do you want to play? And I said, sure.
No way. One day before.
One day before.
No way.
Yeah. But I think because you're okay. So this is part of the local DJ and up and coming, starting, getting your foot in the door is, I feel like that's kind of how it goes. You know, or I don't know if it's like that for you, but there's gigs that I get that are ahead of time, and then the bigger ones that I've gotten are last minute. Like Day Trip, I played Day Trip earlier this year, also was like a week or two before.
No way.
Like it was 2-3 weeks before the event. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, I'm excited. But I'm like, dang, like 3 weeks, what if I wasn't free? That would suck for someone who is trying to make it. Have to decide, what if you were going on vacation and you had it planned that same weekend, and then now you have to decide between family vacation or your career. Luckily I'm free, but imagine that.
It's
like
crazy.
shit, like you have to sacrifice or make those sacrifices, or even working a job, even working like whatever, 9 to 5, and you're scheduled every day, this time, this, that, and these gigs happen last minute, and you're just like, shit. Imagine you'd probably get fired. It's not sustainable, or at least I would get fired, because I would put my DJ career first. If I was serving or doing something else, and then I'm like, hey boss, sorry I can't come in, I have this DJ gig. They'd be like, DJ gig? What the hell are you talking about? DJ gig? You're working.
So they called you or texted wherever one day before. So when they said it, you already had on your mind what the music you're gonna play, what the vibe it will be. Like, did you have like any, like, I don't know, anxiety, or have you been nervous, or you just like, okay, I know what I want to do, what I want to play, how it was?
I haven't had anxiety in a while. Actually, I did get a little bit nervous for Green Velvet. That one I was really, I did have a little bit more. I was nervous because I was playing 2 hours.
Oh,
So this was like longer time, and it
big
was
crowd.
and it's Green Velvet. Like it's one of my favorite artists of all time from when I started. He's old school. So I'm like, shit, I don't know. I got nervous for that one because I did overthink it. I was like, I don't know how I want to start the first hour. How do I want to be in the second hour? And then
So how you tell me how you manage this like thought when you're nervous, or
it's hard. I don't know. Let me see. How did I deal with this one? I think my girlfriend actually helped me out. She's like, it's fine. Like, don't overthink it. She's like, just go and have fun. Just separate the 2 hours. First hour, play like
something
like soft, like, don't go too crazy, obviously. And then the second hour, play a little bit more your tech house, like upbeat stuff. And I'm like, okay, that didn't really help. It helped, but it didn't, because you're still gonna always think about what I want to play. I want to play it all.
For how long they booked you? Like, how many days before?
It was also last minute.
Really?
Yes, it was like 2 weeks, or
maybe your phone is like
2
an
weeks.
emergency. Like that.
I know, that sucks, huh? Damn it, you guys.
No, it's so
just
cool.
kidding.
No, anyways,
I'm like,
it's
I'm on the
amazing.
back burner, and I was kidding. No, I don't know what makes that. I don't know how they make that decision.
But it's
very
cool because
interesting.
Green Velvet and like Clapton, they're like big musicians, big artists.
I know. I'm hoping that this next coming year it'll be more travel. At least what I'm manifesting is more travel outside of LA. More releases for my music, and more personal situations like this, right? Like, I actually really enjoy doing stuff that's outside of music, like having this conversation with you right now and getting to know you and talking music is I love this. I love just being with people in good, healthy environments, spaces, or even just being myself on socials again. It's been hard to be on top of my social media. I used to be on top of it. Like, I used to love it. And now I just don't care. And I need to find that spark and that love again for it. I used to love sharing and oversharing and being myself. But I'm so scared now because I feel like with cancel culture, or like if I speak my mind or I say something, people have an opinion or hate or say something. I'm scared to like just post whatever anymore. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever think about like, oh, like I shouldn't post this, or I shouldn't say that?
First of all, I'm from
You know
Russia.
what I mean?
So it's already like kind of the thing that makes people like think different about me or whatever, which is I can understand because like Russia is a very like specific place right now. And yes, I live in America 5 years already, and I have like American friends, and not just like American, I have friends from all over the world. I live in LA. I have like a lot of people around me, and I always open with my like political opinion about the all like Russian and Ukrainian situation. I've never like hide it. I'm always like support like Ukrainian people and the people who trying to fight with our like Russian political like regime. How right to say?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, just correct me. I've never like hide it, but
it makes it hard for you to speak on it a little, no?
Yeah, when the people ask me where I'm from, I say like I'm from Russia, but I'm always trying to like, but you know, like I'm not supporting Putin or something.
Yeah, it is tough, and it should be easy for you because you're part of your culture and
That's
your
why
country.
I really appreciate that I'm in the music industry. Music industry, one of the most like kind industry. Honestly, no one is judging no one where you're from and stuff like that. I have a couple of artists who are from Russia. They live in Russia right now, and they have a difficulty to play in Europe. They can be cancelled
because
by
they're
Russian,
Russian,
and they're cancelled because of the Ukrainian artists, because they said like we're not gonna play at the same stage with the Russian artists.
That's so tough.
It's like some kind of big European festivals, and I can understand both sides. I can understand Ukrainian people, I can understand Russian people. It's like fucking sucks what's going on right now in the world, but
it sucks that people have to suffer.
Music is like is a union,
universal. It's a universal language.
We can stay
together
no matter like where you're from. It's just like
I agree.
Like the main thing for me is like to still be like the kind person, like support the peace, and that's the main thing. And
I agree with that.
I didn't choose where I was born, and like at the end of everything, I love my country, I love my homeland, and I wish to see my family. I haven't seen my family.
You will soon.
As I said, like 5 years. Tell me about your family, because I know that your family is not like kind of not like support, but maybe agree with
my
choice.
career. Well, yeah. So my family, I would say, is not really involved in my career. I don't really talk about it, and I think it's because I come from a family of scholars. Most scholars are like the traditional: go to school, get a degree, get a good job. A lawyer, a doctor, nurse. You know, part of the work field, the workforce, which, you know, is important, I do think, but it's not my passion. And my whole life I've kind of been told, like, pushed in that direction, which maybe made me not want to go in that direction, because I was like, no, you can't die, what to do. And I still did those things. I still went and I got an education. I still did what my family wanted. But I was like, I just don't want this for me. I don't want to be happy.
How you present yourself right now? You are an artist.
They know I
still
play
in the middle. Like how you feel
I'm
yourself,
an artist, for sure. But I definitely feel like I'm also an entrepreneur. I don't rely solely on music as my main source of income.
All of them. We're just like a little bit.
We're just little here. Yeah, my family knows. They support it now because they see how happy it makes me, but they don't really ask questions. Because it's just kind of like taboo to them. They're like, oh, like, you know, I don't know. It's like, it's far-fetched. They're like, DJ, artists, music.
How hard
you went to school to make music? Why?
How hard it was for you to like go towards your like family traditions?
It was hard. Even now, I'll invite my mom. Like, Mom, come to my show. She'll be like, what time are you playing? I'll be like, oh, midnight. It's not that late. You know, to us, midnight is not late. She's like, oh my God, no, I'll be asleep. It's past my bedtime. I'm not going. So I haven't had my family come support me yet. And it's funny because I tell my mom, I'm like, well, if you're not going to come support me in LA, you're not going to come watch me in Ibiza or in Europe. So if you don't come here, you're not coming when I'm on tour. She's like, no, I'm coming when you're in Europe. And I was like, no, you're not. It's funny. It is hard. But it's not as hard as it was. I think I had to prove something, right? I had to kind of show that I do care and I love it. And it's not just me being another DJ, you know, it's like my mom was like, oh, and I'll show her my music. Yeah. And she's like, wow, you made this? Like my mom's shocked, you know, she'll be like, you made this? And I'm like, yeah, I made this. She's like, wow, it's not my style. I don't like this music, but it's cool. You know,
How
she's
important
like,
for you to feel support from your family?
how I'm sorry.
How important for you to feel the support from your family?
I think it's super important. I see my friends who do have the support and I see my friends who don't. And I think it's no different. As long as you have your support system, like your friends,
Yeah.
which is important to me
For
because my
sure.
family, they just don't get it. They're old school, right? My grandparents, they're from Mexico. They don't, to them, it's like speaking a foreign language. They're just like, I'm confused, you know? So I don't even bother, but I'll show them pictures like after a show. I'll be like, abuelito, mira. Like I'll just show him like my stuff and he goes, estás loca. That means you're crazy. He'll look at my pictures and just be like, you're crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, but look at how cute I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be like, but I'm cute and crazy. No, it's fun though. I think it's important to have like your family support you and anyone really to have the support. It allows you to feel confident and feel that belief in yourself. You know, imagine just doing it on your own by yourself
Yeah.
and just having to carry the weight, extra weight for
And
to
just
compensate.
believe to yourself. Just
Yeah,
by
it's hard because
yourself.
sometimes as artists we get hard on ourselves, or at least I get hard on myself.
Yeah.
But I think that's normal as an artist. We have our moments where just like we feel like we're not good enough, we're not doing enough. This isn't
Always.
great, or just kind of always hitting ourselves in the head and being like,
That's why sometimes
you know?
I'm thinking to start having a therapist, which is I think is very helpful for all the
Right.
people. But sometimes I'm thinking that I have to have a therapist because sometimes I have like overthinking about myself.
For
Like
sure.
I'm not good enough, that I'm expecting from myself like this amount of things, but I'm just like, oh, just this one. No, I need like work more. I need like
But
do
that's
more.
good. I mean, we're our worst critic. We're gonna always want more.
Yeah.
We're always gonna be better.
Yeah.
Because maybe a year ago, like if we look back at a year
For
ago from
sure,
now,
yeah.
and will smile and be like, wow.
That's the only one
you know?
thing that helped me to like be grounded when I'm just like, okay, let's analyze what's happened for the last year, like where you play, like
Right.
and stuff like that. And this kind of thing helped me to like calm down and just
Right.
like breathe. Okay, it's not so bad as in my mind.
It's
right now,
in your
you know?
mind.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, and we understand that. But that's good. That's
the
good.
thing. I'm thinking that I have to start speaking, like talking to the people, like for example, with you or with other artists, which is like kind of at the same
Our
level.
podcast is
We're not
about
like
to.
a blondish,
Yeah.
you know, or something that I'm pretty sure that even she
She
has
right every day. I'm
these
sure.
kind of things. Yeah.
But that's also why you started the podcast and why you have your friends
Yes.
and people that you admire or that you kind of want to talk about these
For
things
sure,
with.
that's the thing, because as I told in the previous, I think, podcast episode, that when we're scrolling the Instagram and see like all the success of each other, and that's why sometimes we're putting ourselves down, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Alex Elena
Comparing
here. Yes.
syndrome. Yeah.
But you cannot see, first of all, like how many efforts and how many things you did
Yeah, or-
before, like behind, how many like nights you cried or whatever, how many nights you haven't sleep. So many things happen. Yeah, it's just like an Instagram looks like so easy.
It looks
and
like
so
your life is
beautiful.
great. You look like you're
Yes.
doing great, but really I'm crying.
And that's the
I'm
thing.
just kidding.
That's one of the reasons why I wanna have this podcast.
Yeah.
When we can share that we have difficult days. We
Mhm.
have like ups and downs, and
Right.
it's part of our life.
Right.
And just share like not just the good stories and the bad stories sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
like good and bad experience.
Right.
Tell me, what is your plans for the next year? Where you see yourself?
So far, my plans for next year are, again, being in the studio because I have so much music that I need to finish, and or I have so many ideas as of lately that I've been getting out.
Yeah, focus more on production. Producing the music.
Production, and also coming back to myself on social media, like I was just
Yes.
saying, because I really am good at it. I was thriving at it at one point when I was in my dance career and on doing like commercials, film, whatever. Now I need to come back into that, but in like a creative way as an artist.
Yeah.
And I still haven't figured out how to. I mean, I have my moments, but then I like stop. So I think being consistent with my fans and or my socials
Yeah.
and my music, and then of course getting more releases out, and spending more time with my family for sure. This, after hearing you and your friends' stories of being away from home, I take advantage that I live here with my family and I don't see them enough. So I do want to make it a point to go and see my grandparents at least once or twice a week, because they are still alive and they're still here, and they're the reason why I'm, happy, and like why I live
even
and I
don't know,
strive.
like, it's my scariest thing now to see my
Yeah.
grandparents before they can die. They're almost like 70 something, and I don't know when I can back to my country, when I can see them. And it's like always, like, I've never regret that I moved to America, but the only one thing that always in my mind that I cannot see them before that moment,
Yeah, you had me thinking about that today when we were talking about it. I'm not gonna lie, like I really thought about it, and I take advantage and I take it for granted, and I think that definitely need to see my family more.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that you haven't been able to, but I know you will,
But
because
it's
it's
our
all in
journey,
progress,
yeah.
and there's a
It's-
reason why. You're doing so great. You're amazing, and I wish that they could see how amazing you are and how much you're doing for yourself. Even me, I would love to start a podcast, but my freaking lazy ass hasn't even done it,
Come
so
open to me.
congrats to you for
Thank
doing
you.
it and taking the steps to do it. It
Thank you
all
so
takes that one moment to be like, I'm gonna do it. Okay, go do it.
Thank you so
know?
much.
So congratulations to you too.
Appreciate it. I hope that the people like what we are doing. Maybe like, 10, 20 people, whatever. But I'm pretty sure that the people who just start their music career, or they just like at the start of their journey, they just
Right.
like watching our podcast and see like, okay, just mention some moment how to, I don't know, get this gig, or like how to handle or managing like these
Like some
things.
advice.
Yeah. What can you give to the people who just start doing like DJing or maybe producing? What the
Or
advice?
even thinking about it. I think do
Yeah.
it. I always tell my friends, and as when my best friend actually, she had that thought.
Yeah.
I want to DJ, but I'm so shy. I don't know where to start. And I was like, just do it, And I think that is my number one advice. If you're thinking about it, just do it. And I know it can be an expensive hobby, so start small. I think starting small, like if you already have a laptop, you're halfway there. Start downloading music, get Record Box or Serato, depends on how you want to learn.
Couple of $100 is
A
that
couple
small
$100,
controller.
300, 200 something. Get yourself a used little controller and start learning. And I would say it's always good to figure it out on your own, and it's okay to mess up in your bedroom as many times as you want, because that's how I started.
Yeah.
I literally didn't expect to make it a career. I literally was just like, okay, boom, just slap some of my favorite songs together, make my own mixes for myself. I started DJing for myself. Then it started kind of happening for me. So definitely do it, and get out there and network. That's another one. If you want the gigs.
Less thinking, more do
Yes.
things.
Yes, less thinking, more doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
network.
And network, for sure.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your
course, of
stories.
course.
And
Thank you for having me, because I really
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
I hope to come next time to your show and support you and see how you're
Yes,
playing,
come through.
because everything that you said, I just feel that we are kind of on the same vibe,
right?
because everything that you said
And
about
let's
European
work
tech
in the
house,
studio.
for sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming. Wish you the best new year, because this episode will be in the 2024 already, but we are in the December right now. So wish you the best in your music
Thank
career,
you.
with your family, with your music producing, and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.